The UK's hotels and shops saw spending by Russians fall 28% last year, largely thanks to the plunge in the rouble. The findings, from tax-free experts Global Blue, are another illustration of the extent to which the fall in the ruble is curtailing rich Russians' ability to travel and spend. A 50% fall in the value of the Russian currency means foreign spending is twice as expensive for them. Some of the shortfall was made up by Hong Kong shoppers, who spent 9% more. Russians had been among the top 5 biggest spending non-EU tourists in the UK, but have now fallen out of the top 10. Global Blue, which introduced the concept of tax-free shopping 30 years ago, processes 80% of all such spending in the UK. Unlike domestic, Globe shoppers are not simply drawn by the heavy discounts but also, at a time when the streets are festively decorated, to look their best. Gordon Clark, Global Blue. Non-EU residents can shop and claim back the VAT, worth 20%, on spending above £30 at shops and hotels, basically by filling in a form. Festive. Overall spending was down 3% from 2013 to 2014, although December spending helped make up some ground as it rose 11% to reach a record. Christmas was becoming an increasingly popular time for non-EU visitors, said Gordon Clark, UK country manager of Global Blue. 2014 was a turning point for how Christmas is a key period for international spend, a trend which we expect to continue. Unlike domestic, Globe shoppers are not simply drawn by the heavy discounts but also, at a time when the streets are festively decorated, to look their best. Strength. With revenue from Chinese tourists up 20% in December, Global Blue says services and the ability to avoid Chinese luxury taxes are another 2 reasons the UK is attractive to Theo's shoppers. It said Middle Eastern nations' spending overall also rose strongly, with December spending by Qatari and Kuwaiti visitors up by 33% and 24%. Qatari shoppers in fact spend the most per transaction, £1,406, compared with the average of £633 per transaction. This year, Visit Britain, which promotes tourism in the UK, is predicting a recovery of 4.5% in spending to £22.2 billion. It says the recent strengthening of the pound is expected to restrain growth, but easier access to the UK for affluent visitors from China should help to retain international spenders.